Happy Sunday. Nothing like a hot cup of tea. Hey gang, it's me, it's Jez Rose, it's live, it's Sunday at 11 o'clock, and it's me, which means it's an incredible combination because pretty much anything could happen, and it may well do, because there's a frisson today in my study. There's kind of an energy because there are cables everywhere. I'm trying something different. We're going to see how it goes. I'm not entirely sure it's going to go to plan, but hey, if you flick through the rest of the Sunday Elevenses, I think you'll probably agree. When does it ever go to plan? So it's here, it's Easter, hence this. This isn't some kind of, all I can get away with at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. I've left the harness and the bunny tail, but I thought I'd do a little bit of an Easter special. But this is going to be more difficult than I thought. Hey, Mark, hey, Carol, happy Easter. Because I always feel a little bit, it's the same with Christmas, right? So I'm not religious per se. I certainly don't follow, Christianity to the point of religious festivals and that kind of jazz. But I have this kind of weird religious conflict, I suppose, because of how religious festivals like Easter and Christmas are so commercialized. And I kind of feel, well, I'm not really... it's not my place, is it, to celebrate those festivals? But at the same time, I quite enjoy them, but are we celebrating the commercial hype of them? So does that in turn kind of, almost make them a slightly lesser festival? Does it belittle the sort of religious aspect? I don't know, really. I'm kind of a bit conflicted. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Yes, I know, Carol. Well, there could be. You never know. I'm sat down. There might be a bunny tail, but maybe I should have done that. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll go the full hog and I'll hop on next Easter. Now I've sort of set the precedent. I'm edging you in gently, all right? So next Easter I'll hop on. Maybe I'll do the face. I'll do the sort of little whisker thing and licking. That's a cat, isn't it? Maybe rabbits do that too. I don't know. I've never hung around long enough. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about that? If you're religious, do you feel that it's okay that other people who aren't religious kind of take part in it, or are, I don't know, sort of an ally to it? If you aren't religious and you take part of it, do you think it's okay? Or because of course Christmas for everyone, I guess, who isn't religious, is about baubles and trees and family getting together and great food and lights and happiness and love and fun and all that kind of jazz. And yet, I suppose if you are devoutly religious and I suppose particularly Christian, then it's specifically about the birth of Jesus, isn't it? So I don't know. The Dawn French bunny outfit. That's it. I need to speak to Dawn. I need to say, hey, Dawn, any chance you could let me know where you got the bunny outfit from? That's exactly what I'll do next time. Good call, Carol. So yeah, I was thinking about, do I go off and explore, the origins of Easter? Like, where did the bunny come from? Why a rabbit? And I read that it was got something to do with, because it's this time of year, and the kind of religious connotation of Easter is all about sort of birth and new beginnings. And of course, bunnies are the king of new beginnings, if you know what I mean. They are the queen of, well, they're at it like rabbits, aren't they, frankly? So, if anybody is going to know about new life, it's probably the rabbits. There are some warrens that are overflowing. But again, the egg thing, I read, I do my research for you, gang. I do my research. The whole Easter egg thing, they used to decorate eggs because, of course, egg, new life, yada yada. And then some bright spark thought, oh, I could sell chocolate versions of the eggs and make loads of money. And now, and isn't that odd? Like, you pay, who would pay if you weighed an Easter egg, just this like wafer thin bit of chocolate with a, 7 mini eggs wrapped up in a bag inside it, and it probably weighs less than a normal bar of mini eggs or a bag of mini eggs, and yet you pay 3 times the price just because it's in a box. When did we ever become that stupid? What's that all about? I think we need to have a word with ourselves, gang, and just boycott the whole Easter thing. I've got my notes on my phone. I'm not texting, just so we can all calm down a little bit. Anyway, as you can probably see, I am back from Miami. Gosh, that's bright over there, isn't it? Didn't quite think that one out. I look like I'm on a sunbed. I'm back from Miami. I've had a really lovely time away. I've been working, as I always am, and so I'm a little bit behind on stuff, and so I'm sorry if you're expecting certain things. If you're a fan of the Roots, Wings and Other Things show, you will probably be on tenterhooks, wanting to know who won the who won the what's going. We've got all sorts going on here. Oh, we're back over here now. I told you it might be a little frenetic today. So yes, who won the competition, the big competition that we have throughout the Roots, Wings and Other Things show, and I am drawing, well, Woody is going to draw the winner today. There were 108 entries. I've written numbers from 1 to 108, folded them up, put them in a bowl. Woody's going to pick them. It's going to be horrific. Thanks very much, Carol. I love my cushion too. I think it might be upside down, but it's a little bit like the energy in this office today. So anyway, what have you been up to? I've been away for a couple of weeks. It's been weird coming back to the UK and seeing it really. I mean, you've probably missed it, right? Because you rarely see it when you're in it, do you? You know, you just sort of all of a sudden the trees are in full bloom and you think, oh gosh, when did that happen? But you don't see it gradually, because it just happens, you know, it creeps up on you if you're going for a walk. And so, well, what's going on now? Why is that doing that? Oh, hello, we're over here again. Okay, so we'll be practicing this for next week. And also sorting out why this is, I mean, what's happening now with that? I only did that for the cushion. There you go, Carol. Can I go back? I just want to go back to this one. Where am I now? Can I go back? Can I, here, but without that? We're here again. Can I just go, oh, no, bad idea. Oh, no, wait. I mean, you really can't believe that I ever did live television, can you? We're just going to stick with this, all right? And I'm sorry about the subscribe thing. God, what was I talking about then? Yes, that's right. Not Easter, the spring. So I had my lawn mowed. There's a number of reasons why I couldn't do it. It got so long. So the lovely guy, lovely Pete, came and mowed the lawn, and it looks amazing. I love how just a little thing in the garden can just instantly change it. Like if you edge a border, or if you sweep a patio or clean a patio, or if you just rearrange some pots or pick out the weeds and put a bit of top dressing in, it's like giving a room a fresh bit of paint. Suddenly it just sort of zhuzhes up your garden, and I love that. So I had the lawn mowed, but one of the most amazing I know Jim says step away from the buttons. I know I shouldn't be allowed this thing. There's a very exciting thing coming. We're having a big renew of Sunday Elevenses, and I'm not going to be in charge of all the technical stuff. Somebody else is, and it's going to be a lot sexier and be a bit like a sort of TV show. So it'll still be chaos because I'll be involved, but I won't be allowed to break stuff or touch stuff because that's a little bit too complicated, even though there's only 4, 8, 12, 16. There's about 20 buttons on there, and even still, that's too many. So yeah, I came back to the village, and just everything looks great and lush, and where we take Woody for a walk through the woods, obviously the last few months there's been a sort of muddy path. It's a sort of wide grass track through the woods, but the centre bit where everybody walks is all muddy. And just yesterday I took him there, and it's amazing because it's all green and lush and all the grass is coming through. So this time of year really, really excites me. But if you're a gardener like me, it also is a little bit annoying because the weeds decide that they are going to come thick and fast, and you sort of step away from your garden, come back and go, oh, I'm cultivating thistles. So yeah. Has anybody else mowed their lawn? This is a nice time to mow your lawn. You sort of, when you go outside, that's the only thing I don't mind about being outside, the only sort of human noise. Like I hate cars, I hate motorbikes, I hate kids screaming, I hate, I sound like the miserable neighbour. Don't let your ball come into my garden, it will get punctured with a knife in front of you. I hate dogs barking, what else do I hate? I hate a lot of things. Hate's a strong word, but it's true. But I love me the sound of a lawnmower. Not for too long, but I do like being outside and thinking, oh, there's other people out in the garden, and it's that kind of, you know, energy, and you know what it means. It's cutting back and they have a lovely lawn, and it won't be long before that noise stops. That's always a nice feeling. I can't be doing with this subscribe thing anymore. Can we not? Oh, that's over here. I just want to, just the other one. Where did the other one go? Why can't I have, wait, what if I do, oh no, what's this one? No, what if, we haven't even got a cake review today, so I don't know what that's, we're going to have to go back here. So anyway, Mark mowed his lawn yesterday, that's good. Now, I was talking on Instagram and a little bit on LinkedIn. If you're connected with me on LinkedIn, you'd have seen there that while I was in Miami, when I left the States, as so often happens, I feel this kind of odd sensation because my heart really is in America. I always feel very split between England and the States. In fact, there's a discussion again happening about a relocation to America because I find that really strange space where, you know that phrase, your home is where your heart is, right? And I find that a really odd, I mean, it's so distracting having this thing going across the bottom of the screen. Do you think we should do it here? Shall I just, no, and I can't see your, this is the worst one yet. I mean, bless you all for staying. So, yeah, I kind of feel a bit torn between the two countries, and also torn between, you know, where your heart is. And so then it got me thinking, hey, I wonder where people's hearts are. Like, is your heart where, are you where your heart is? Are you where makes you happy? And that's a really interesting space to sort of start reflecting on. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make myself a big cup of tea and ask myself, am I happy where I am? And think about you as well, right? Because I think about you guys all the time. And if you're not happy where you are, why not? And is there something you can do about that? And if you are happy, what is it that makes you happy? Because sometimes you just feel really content and we don't explore that, right? And I think it's really important to explore that. I was talking to somebody, a very good friend of mine in America, about how we often don't explore ourselves very much. And I love, like, Elevenses for me, all throughout the week is really important. It's an important time for, and it's not exactly 11 all the time, it depends on what work I'm doing, but I love the idea you can, you know, pop the kettle on and just step away from work for like a legitimate moment, like a legitimate thing to do. And so this whole Easter thing, you know, Easter being new beginnings and rebirth and bunnies, I thought, oh, that would be quite cool. I'll think about, you know, what those new beginnings are, whether you're in the right space, all that kind of jazz. And it's an amazing thing to reflect on. You absolutely should have a bash yourself. Think about, like, what do you like and what don't you like? What will you tolerate and what won't you tolerate? I think every person, every individual, every human being should know what their boundaries are. You should know what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy, so you can remove yourself from the things that don't make you happy. I probably take it a bit too far, I'm not gonna lie, because like if I'm at a wedding or I don't know, a social event where I don't know people and somebody is just inanely boring or I'm not connecting with them or they're not my person, I have been known just to walk away. And I know that's really rude, and I have been told that by several people who have witnessed it, but I just think, you know, what are you going to say? There isn't a nice way of saying it, so I think I may as well just walk off. What are you going to say? Hi, you know, and they're just blah, 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 and you're like, I'm really not finding you very interesting, okay, enjoy the rest of the event, goodbye, is a bit cutting, isn't it? You know, as if you just walk off, you just think, oh, that guy's weird. That's okay, I don't mind being weird. But what do you say when you're just, you know, and someone's droning on about their, I don't know, life in insurance banking or something? You're like, oh, God, bore me later. You know, I'm not bothered. What do you say to somebody without hurting their feelings? But so I've decided I just walk off. That's my thing. I'm just gonna just walk off. Because I think knowing what you love and what you don't love and what you'll accept and what you don't accept is really important. If we all knew that, we'd get on an awful lot better. because we'd know, right? And also for dating as well. Like if you're dating and you're like that weird space where you make loads of compromises and then you get together and then 6 months later you start to say, well, actually, I've never really liked that. And then that person's left going, well, hang on a minute, that wasn't the person I dated 6 months ago. Yeah, but I was just sort of pretending because I really liked you. And oh, nightmare. Nightmare. Isn't life weird? See, this is my point. If we just lived with animals, we should all live with dogs. And then, I mean, look, I'm a doggy person, so I'm a bit biased, but cats maybe. But if we all lived with animals, we'd be an awful lot better off, I think. We just have to sort of, I don't know, just maybe not talk to animals, not talk to people. I think that's it. Oh, now Carol says, just say, oh, I really must catch up with X. Nice to have met you. Yeah, I don't. Jim, I'm totally with you. Jim says the older I get, the less tolerant I become. I wonder, like when I get really old, like when I'm, 70 or 80 or something like that, it's going to go one of two ways. I am either going to be the happiest old person you've ever met in your life, because I'm pretty happy now. Like I absolutely seek happiness and elation and lightheartedness. So I'm either going to be that guy that everyone goes, oh, look at that old guy. He just loves life. He's really happy. Or I am going to be the grumpiest ass you have ever met in your life. Like ever met. I'm going to be Captain Miserable of the misery ship. Like it's just going to be the guy in the post office or something, or the shop that's just not got a good word to say about anybody and just grumbles about. It's either going to swing that way, and I desperately hope not, or it's going to be the other way. But and I think this less tolerance thing is, I don't know. I think it's just it's because you know yourself a bit more, right? And you've made the mistakes multiple times, and I think you reach a point in your life where you say, do you know what? I don't want the drama anymore. I don't want the nonsense anymore. I've made that mistake so many times that I definitely don't want to go through that again. Because, we're quite malleable, aren't we? We're quite adaptable. So I think in time, what generally happens is that you make that mistake, you sort of, adapt through it. You can do it again, adapt through it. You can do it again, adapt. And after a while, I think your brain just becomes tired. It's like, okay, enough. I'm just not, it's too much effort to try and adapt through it. You don't like it, don't do it. It's like tea. Like I've tried desperately all these different teas, and I just like a good old English breakfast tea. And every time I veer off, I think, oh, I can't do it. Do you remember when Kath said that fruit teas and herbal teas smell delicious, but they smell like sucking on a wet stick? They taste like we're sucking on a wet stick. I thought that was wonderful because it's true. That's exactly what they taste like. So anyway. I think that is, I think that's an important thing. So maybe next time we have a cup of tea, next time in the 11s, have a little think. Do I really know what I love and what I don't love, and what I like and what I don't like? Because I think it's really important. If you haven't already subscribed to YouTube, definitely hit the YouTube channel. And I was talking about root swings and other things. The show, obviously, it's still a podcast, but it's become a show. Kathy and I filmed it for everybody, so it's here, on YouTube. So if you click on the playlists, you can see there's a whole playlist with all the new episodes. Comes out every Monday, recording it for 12 weeks, and then we've got a very special, exciting announcement for Series 6, which I believe we roll straight into. It comes out later on this year. We're going to run all the way through, so that's exciting. Little top tip for you. I know, like the gift that keeps on giving. And I rattled through that very quickly today. I think normally it's a very different setup in here today. It feels a bit odd. I'm a little bit uncomfortable. So I rattled it all a little bit very quickly. There's no little cake review this week, I'm afraid, because there's no little cake. So I just have to readjust my trousers, riding up a little bit into my tail. Rabbits. So there's no cake to eat either. So it's just me sat here sort of looking at you, really. Looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, which in itself is a little odd thing. Should we go over here again? Hey, gang. Look how whitewashed I look on this side. Little, little bunny ears there. Do you like the ears? I quite like them. I've got a set of reindeer ears for Christmas and a set of bunny ears for Easter. I sort of feel it's all a little bit predictable, if you know what I mean. So that's that. Now, I'm about to record 2 unboxing things, but I have to tell you, are you a Birkenstock fan? Are you Birkenstock people? Oh, can we go back? Oh, we have to go this way. Can you subscribe to Elevenses? Yes, you can. You can subscribe to Elevenses. You can, if you click there's a little cog, and I think it says notification or something like that. There's a little bell sign. And if you click the bell sign, it tells you when there's a new one and all that kind of jazz. I get what you've said now. I'm just understanding because of this bloody scrolling thing. So look, I can't do too much with this because I haven't unboxed them yet and I've got to do a video about it. But I am a big fan of Birkenstocks. I've had my clogs for years. And I just bought these, well, I didn't just buy them, I bought them recently. I got Birkenstock slippers in a different format, in a sort of cloggy format. But I was super excited to see that they did boots. And I'm quite a boot fan. I sort of really only wear two types of shoe. It's either clogs or smart shoes or boots. That's three, isn't it? It's three types of shoe. And so I was a bit excited when Birkenstock have sort of gone a bit off-piste. For like, you know, a million years, all they've done is clogs and sandals. And that's all you could buy from Birkenstock. Then all of a sudden, I don't know what's happened. Maybe people stopped buying clogs and sandals, I don't know. But they've gone, I mean, they've gone mad. I don't know if somebody perhaps dropped a little bit of LSD into the Birkenstock staff water fountain or something. But there's like a new product every week at the minute. There's shoes and there's like 9 different types of shoe and there's 12 different types of boot. And anyway, I bought some walking boots and they are amazing. You can see the Jez and Woody's California Adventure. You see me using them there. They are like incredible, super highly recommended. And there's an unboxing video coming for those. And then I bought these and I'm not really into a horsey boot because there's a certain type of people that wear these sort of horsey boots and I'm not that type of person. I like me a lace. However, look, it's got like different, it's sort of slightly off and it's got a sort of a club foot. It's not got a club foot. It's got a round, like a fat round toe, like the Birkenstock toe. And I really like they look really nice because I've got some do's coming up this year. And I've got, really, I either look like a 19th century farmhand because I just wear high trousers and a white shirt pretty much all of my life. Or I look super smart in a 3-piece suit for work. I've got nothing in betweeny. So the lovely Carrier company do some lovely sort of casual workwear stuff. And I am getting a, well, I already have a jacket. I wear the jackets all the time. I'm going to get a pair of trousers that match. So it's like a super casual suit that I can wear maybe with a, you know, collarless shirt or maybe a sort of casual shirt and a little, I don't know, knitted tie or something, and these boots. Mark says, what size feet are you? They look huge. They are huge. I have huge feet. I have feet like skis, Mark. You couldn't get all of my foot in your mouth. That is how large my feet are. They're about an 11. So yes, that's a bit different, isn't it? So I'm going to do an unboxing video on those because that's my latest obsession, is Birkenstock's sort of range of different stuff that looks, you know, it's nice. It's a little bit odd. So I'll let you know how comfy they are. I've worn them once in the kitchen for about 3 seconds when I went, oh, they're nice, I'll unbox them. But other than that, I haven't really watched them very much. Anyway, listen, it's not all about me. I want to hear what you're doing this weekend. It's been the most amazing long week. Has anybody else, by the way? I've got this weird combination where whenever I come back from the States, I always do a red-eye, you know, an overnight flight back because it helps. It doesn't exactly do it, but it helps to reset your body clock a bit because you can sleep over the flight, arrive early in the morning, try and, you know, get through the whole day, go to bed at a normal time. And generally it works out fine. But I came back a bit sick. I normally get a bit poorly on a plane. And this time was no different. So I got a little bit poorly on the plane. But when I came back, I noticed on the Friday that the don't put new shoes on the table, it's bad luck. Well, they're in a box though. I mean, you shouldn't also put an umbrella up indoors, should you? And I do that a lot as well. Maybe that's why my life's a bit chaotic. Maybe that is why I'm here in a room with shoes, new shoes on a table, and it's been utter chaos this week. Perhaps it's all to do with the boots. And technically, to split hairs or rabbits, they are boots, not shoes. So if the saying is don't put new shoes on the table, it's bad luck, they're boots. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. We should find out where that saying came from and what on earth that was about. Anyway, yeah, I noticed it gets light really, sorry, it is light for much longer, right? So the other day, Woody was getting really annoying, biting me and, you know, kind of like fussing me and all that kind of jazz. And I was like, mate, just calm down. What are you so excited and like annoyed about? And I was doing a bit of work or tidying or whatever I was doing in the house. It was really light outside. Anyway, it was like 7:15. The poor guy hadn't been fed. No wonder he was annoyed, because time just ran away, right? So that was all a bit odd. So getting used to this lovely weather, but what a lovely weekend. I found it really difficult to get up in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. It's just wait, hang on a minute. Jim's saying only if you stand underneath. So it's only bad luck to put an umbrella up and stand underneath it. So you can put an umbrella up indoors. The fine detail of these little old wives' tales is remarkable. I mean, who put that extra wrinkle in? Do you know what? It's because someone decided it was bad luck to put an umbrella up indoors and then realise that you sort of have to shake it off for the rain or to check that it's okay or something, and then freaked out and then thought, oh gosh, there must be a caveat. That's you're not allowed to stand under it. Do you know what? I went to school with somebody who had a phobia of cotton wool. And I always think it was such a weird, but she freaked out. Like if you touched it or torn it or like pulled it apart, she absolutely freaked out. She hated it. And apparently it's relatively common. It's not the most common phobia. Hey, here, in the chat, right, I'm gonna have to stay quiet for 25 seconds or whatever. I'm staying quiet for 25 seconds, good luck. But what do you think? Don't Google it, no cheating. What do you think the most common phobia? What is the one thing that more people all over the world are afraid of than anything else? I know the top two, I can give you those. Cotton wool's in like the top 10 or something. It's quite common, but I just think it's odd. And wet. What was that other thing that somebody else in our school, I went to an odd school, someone else in our school couldn't touch like wet skin or something like that. Like if your skin was wet, like if you got out of a pool or something, or the sea, they hated that. It's a kind of odd thing, isn't it? I just imagine people freaking out, like tuning in and being quite, superstitious and going, oh, the boots, oh, the umbrella. So come on, in the chat, tell me, what do you think is the number one thing? And it's, well, no, I won't tell you. Carol says spiders. That's a really good one. Spiders, arachnophobia. It's not, but that's a really good one. Okay, come on, more. I know we've got at least Jim and Mark chatting away today. Belly buttons. You may not be surprised to know it's not belly buttons. Do people really scared of belly buttons? What are you scared about a belly button? What came out of it? Or I once cut somebody's umbilical cord. Obviously, I used to work for the ambulance service, so it was, it's okay. And I once cut somebody's umbilical cord, and the father freaked out because he thought it was like part of the. And I was like, no, in this moment that you're going through right now, it's perfectly okay. It's just going to wither away and die, and it'll be okay. But he thought it was part of the baby. He was like, oh, what are you doing? And Carol says, wasp, very good. Well, number one is fear of public speaking. The number one global phobia is a fear of speaking in public. Number two is a fear of death, fear of dying. So, and then number three, I think three might be spiders, actually. Isn't that bizarre? And for me, Mark says touching eyeballs. What are you lot on? I've got belly buttons and touching eyeballs. Who does those things? What actually, do you know what? Touching eyeballs makes me gag. That's a proper, I could never wear contact lenses. The idea of I could probably do it now just for you. Oh! I can't do it. Okay, I can't. But, it touched it. Is it still there? Oh, wait, let me see. Yeah, okay, we're all right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like I don't like anything near eyes. Eyes and feet make me retch. I cannot. If anybody ever like damaged their foot in the ambulance service, I was always like, let me take my sock off. I'm like, I'd rather you didn't. Or oh, my eye's hanging out. I once met somebody who obviously in a professional capacity. Their eye was hanging out, and that was distressing. I wasn't really sure who was more distressed, them or me, but it was pretty gross. Well, anyway, listen, we've rambled towards the end of this. God bless you for staying for this long. See, it is a thing. Yes, I know, Mark. Jenny, I can't stop touching it now. I'm going to walk around like this all day going, I violated my eye. Or that thing, when people do that thing with, obviously not with a flask, but when they do that, the little cup, the little eye cup thing, like for washing your eye out. I'm going to need a little lay down now. So whatever you're up to, whether it's religious or not, whether it involves chocolate or bunnies or being in the garden or whatever, I can promise you that next week we will have a little more streamlined setup here and you won't have to watch that ticker. But if you haven't subscribed by now, I really hope you will too. And you'll know whenever the next episode is, and the new exciting stuff coming soon as well. So I'm very excited about what Elevenses is going to morph into and some of the things we're going to play around with. So it went very quick. I'm not entirely sure it went quickly. It felt like it was going on forever for me, but you have a wonderful day. Get out in that sunshine today. Apparently it's going to be 18 degrees, which doesn't sound a lot, but the sun will be strong if it's going to reach 18 in this country. So make sure you slip, slap, and slop on some sunscreen. I do not want red. I do not want red, burnt little Elevenses followers. I'm off to do some weeding. Looks like you are as well. I shall see you next week. Ta-ta. Hey, happy Sunday. Nothing like a hot cup of tea